happiness. But when you go to pray, you blame God. And God is asking, my daughter, just on your way to work, there's a counseling center. My daughter, in church, there's Pastor Dottie, there's Pastor Mary. You have not talked to them. Now tell me, who do we blame here? If not you. Your real wealth, and this is a slogan for my company, your real wealth is mental health. When you know what sleep does to you, when you know what your company, the people you have around you, do to you, when you're aware what prayer can do to your life, when you can see what is happening in your family, you become a powerhouse. My dad is usually handicapped. I love talking about him because I love him so much. He shaped me. Yani, this glow I have, my dad has never seen it. Like, I'm almost 50, and all these years, my dad has never gotten to see how beautiful we are. But there's one thing that I told God. Because you took my dad's eyesight, I will see the world for him. Because my dad could not do so much, yet he was such a brainy. That which he was not able to do, I will do it. That came from a place of awareness. There are so many of us who have been brought up in poor homes. Where I was raised, we used to be called children for that guy who's blind. But that was what we used to. You don't know her. You don't know. That girl whose father is blind. And I told God, when I grow up and I come back here to see my parents, I'll come back a successful person. To date, my siblings and I have done, not that I'm bragging, in that place, has left people better. Knowledge. Now, a lot of us are living in a life of denial, whereby you say, my mom is an alcoholic, or Venus, you come and you have all these excuses. God does not like excuses, ladies. And let me tell you, by the way, and put this down, your history, there's something we call a river of life. And we always assess where you came from, source. But our focus is where you're going into, which ocean you're going to connect to. Now, if you're ever dwelling on your past, I was born in poverty, we didn't have, then you're going to end up in poverty. You must get to a T-junction where you see. And for that alcoholic mom of mine, I thank you for that handicapped father of mine. I thank you that we went through so much poverty, God. But what lies ahead is the choice of, I am going to be a great person. I am going to make it. What they did not do, the money we did not have, that wealth, God, I am going to achieve it. Words have power. It is in that session that we teach you affirmations. I am a great woman. I am a seed of greatness. Did you know that all of us are seeds? There's this verse that talks about seeds that fall on rock, isn't it? Seeds that fell on, Now, some of us are literally that. You were born, God gave you, He put in you a seed. Like He just said, you're going to be a beautician. But lo and behold, you fell on a rock called by. Me, I want to talk about men today, because men can really derail us. I've been there. Wow. Me, my God, I was delivered. When your focus is just by everything you do, am I looking good? Am I? By if he doesn't even tell you that you're looking good, now everyone who meets you is going to be, a victim of your wrath. You're just moody. You're just, when things are not okay in your relationship, you're just a product of, you're just toxic. So, what I want to tell you is, and I've lost my line of thought. Where was I? Yes, I was talking about sin. So God gave you a level of greatness, and He said, you're just going to be a beautician. But in between this thing that God has put in you, you have gotten swayed by wind, because wind is what pushes things. Wind is what blows things to certain directions. Now you've gotten mixed up in all these things. You have lost the second thing that I want to talk about, and that is your light. What do I mean by your light? So we are using the acronym GLOW. I've started with guidance. Under guidance, I've talked about your awareness. I also talked about foolishness. I talked about let me just check here. Awakening. The power of choices. Right now, when you talk about light, I want to bring in the issue of purpose. Purpose. What is purpose? Anyone who can just, describe or define purpose here in a layman's term. No complications, no complicated English word. Just what you understand by purpose. Yes, dear? Understand? What's your good name? Let's clap for Viola. Viola is my sister as well. She's called Viola. So she said it very well. Purpose is what guides you in life, and it makes God happy, and it also helps you in life in terms of what you're able to accomplish. Anyone else who can be able to just define? So very clear. It's the reason, she said, it's the reason why something is done. Now, to me, purpose is the seed. If I can just put it in simple terms, when God created you, He didn't just look at you and say, Rose, we are going to send you to planet Earth, just go and have fun. No, that was not God's idea. But God is very intentional. If you follow how He created this world, very organized. I think God also has OCD. Like, how do you create to do what on Monday? On Tuesday you create, and then day 6 you come up with Adam. But after you've created this Adam, you're thinking, there's something missing in you. Like, it's the woman. And then creatively, He comes up with Eve. And then He says, this is good. So personally, I feel it's good to have OCD, but to some level. As long as you're able to have rest. And that is why day 7 comes in. Like, sometimes you need to get away from all these things and just take a break. Okay? So, going by that, and knowing that God has a reason in everything. There's a reason why Jesus was sent on this earth, isn't it? There's a reason why Hannah was not given a child until a certain age. All these things that we read in the Word of God are lessons that help us understand God's intention and purpose in our lives. Now, God wakes up and says, Rose, I need to send you on this earth. Okay? You are busy doing your things in heaven. You're busy, serving God, worshiping God. This is now my own theory. You know, in psychology and many other, departments, we normally have, theories that guide us, mathematics or whatever. There are normally principles that guide us. But this is the Venus theory. So he tells you, I'm going to send you to Nairobi, Kenya, but you will land. If it's an aircraft, you're going to land in Meru. So that is where mom went into labor. Okay? You will be bathed there, maybe in a farm. Like, at that point, mom was in the farm. Then labor shows up. You know, those days, our days, people used to give birth in farms, Just see someone going to the toilet, she comes out with a baby. Yani, life was amazing. It's not like now you have a baby shower, then I don't know what, even for recording you, you're going to labor, things were different there. People were a bit, very, very secretive in whatever they were doing. So, we are going to land you at Meru, but after a number of years, you will move to Nairobi. In Nairobi, we are going to position you with Pastor Wabu. We are going to position you with so and so. You will go to a university called so and so. But you must remember the reason why we are sending you on purpose. We'll give you a voice. You must use it to honor the kingdom. Will make you extremely intelligent. You'll be leading in academics. But this brain is to honor the kingdom. We're going to give you so much love. You'll be chasing everyone just to love them. But this again is to honor the kingdom. Once he gives you that instruction, he gives you a blackout. You forget you're in heaven. You forget where you're coming from. You're born on this earth, no teeth. Our days you couldn't even see for 1 week. Like the moment you started seeing, people were, relating. Oh, the child can now see. See their eyes, they're moving. Some are even born, first of all, deaf, So it's God's way of making you forget where you come from. Empty. You land here empty. Now, between age 0 and 21, life beats you. You go through adolescence, hormones are all over. You start noticing boys, Mara, your body's changing, you don't even know, But by age 21, actually we say as psychologists, by age 25, you're mature. Because there's a very small thing in your brain. Very small thing, the size of a pimple that matures. When it matures, we know. This one is an adult. So if you have a 21-year-old and 18-year-old and they say, but you're a mature girl, please, consult. That child is still growing. Now, by the time you're 25, it means if you're mature, you can see, you can be aware, you can learn. And this is the age I believe most of us, between now, from 25, we're all past 25. This is now where purpose can be birthed or enhanced. Why do I say that? You may not really have had the tools or probably the skills then as you are going through the hands of your parents. By the time you're at this age, most of us are normally either living out of our, nuclear homes, or probably thinking of moving, all right? But again, you are able to know, you are able to see things. Let me tell you, ladies, as long as you're not living in purpose, count yourself frustrated. Why? Some of us are like Land Cruisers. Can you imagine a Land Cruiser being driven at 5 kilometers per hour? Basically, for those of us who live in Rongai, you know how jam here was. Like, you have caused jam. This car has potential. This car can go on terrain. But you are driving at the rate of, you don't know yourself. You don't know how much impact you can create. And that feeling of not being able to deliver frustrates you. It depresses you. It makes you sick. Let me teach you something. There's something called homeostasis in biology. And in psychology, we use the same term. Now, what that means is sometimes when you're almost getting sick, you start getting symptoms, fever, headache. You know, your body is telling you there's a virus that has invaded your body. Okay? And something needs to be done. So the cells are communicating. Where the cells are fighting viruses, let them come and flood and see if they can fight this disease. So what happens is that your body tries to regulate itself to functionality. No purpose. When you are under delivering, your body is always trying to push you to alignment, to that equilibrium. Because what happens, just like a seesaw, you're inclined towards one side, and that side is weakness. And when you're inclined to where you do not know yourself, you do not know purpose, you'll be poor. Haven't you seen comedians making a lot of money? See, we log on and we laugh, and you're thinking, my God, this one is too funny. You laugh. That person discovered their past. They believe in themselves. They realized they can make people laugh to the point where people will cry. Now you're following people who have made it. They have discovered purpose. What about you? What about you? Someone will ask me, what is purpose, Venus? And how can I know purpose? Purpose is equative to passion. If there's one thing that God puts in you to make you kind of like know why He created you, He gives you an eye for something. I think God also wanted you to be a dancer, but I just added weight. Because where there's music, by the way, I come alive. I'm a worshiper. And where there's education, I will sit, I will learn, and I will pursue people to teach me. Now, some of us have an eye for cooking. Some of us have an eye, we just love advising people about relationships. Some of us are just, you're a woman, but no, you're just, electrical. Yani, you are just a wire, a live wire. What is this one thing that makes you wake up without anyone knocking at your door, and you go and do it? That is purpose. And for those of you who want clarity, wait on God. God speaks. God answers. If you ask Him questions like, God, why did you create me? Why did you make me have this mother who was very abusive? God will tell you. I had to understand my parents. I had to understand my family. I had to understand my past, even where I was brought up, for me to see my future. If you cannot understand your past, you will not also see your purpose. One thing that I can guarantee you, like my dad, in that state, he literally educated himself from Form 1 to university. He retired a professor. So I was able to understand there's this gene of intelligence in our family. And we don't need to struggle. Now, some of us have got very unique gifts that the world is waiting to see. But you keep hiding it because you're ashamed. You think like, this one, no one will accept. Ladies, it's time to go back to the drawing board. When you're able to understand your river of life by going back, You are able to create a life map. When you come in for coaching, normally I tell you, let us create the desires of your heart. Where do you want to go in the next 5 years? And I literally tell you, go get a picture of the car you want to drive. Go do this and this. Put it on that vision board and see it daily. That vision board is normally a prayer. And I tell people, put that thing where you can see it. In my house, I'll put stickers on my mirrors and all that. And when I see something, in case like maybe I need money and I'm believing God for some cash, I will put a sticker there. And anytime I'm brushing my teeth, I will see that sticker and I go into prayer. In my mind, I may be brushing my teeth, but I am proclaiming and prophesying about what is going to come. Are you getting me? You cannot live a life that lacks discipline. Because where you know purpose, you find discipline. You acquire commitment. You become intentional. Anyone in the Bible who tried to behave as if they're not seeing what God is telling them, there was a serious punishment. Let's talk about Paul. Let's talk about Jonah. Jonah has been said, go to Nineveh. Hi, God, how can you send me to this world? How can you? Eh? How can you? Me, I become a comedian. Me, I become a beautician, surely. How? And that is how Jonah ended up in that. So read your Bible very well and understand that where you're not living in purpose, there's some level of suffering. Okay? And if you're here and you're in that space, I want to challenge you from today. Take time out. Go into that secret place. I call it the closet. Talk to God. Ask Him, what did you create me for? Why did you give me this kind of life? Why did you take my mother when I was very young? Why did you give me this very miserable upbringing? And God will answer you. But even before He does, I can tell you, the people God loves, He gives you muscles. He gives you mental muscle. That He can take you through fire like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Fire of depression, fire of lack, fire of rejection, resentment. You know, all these things that we go through in life where you feel no one sees you, no one loves you. But in that space, He is building muscle. People go to the gym to build muscle. When you have muscle, your body is also safe physiologically to be operating at maximum capacity. And the opposite is true. So ladies, if you're here, find your purpose. When you find purpose, the globe will show. Money will pursue you. Alright? Money will come looking for you. Let us go to the third point. Opportunities. Someone told me opportunity dances with anyone on the dance floor. We were dancing here because we are inside this tent. Now, a lot of us, and I'll be very quick because I've already been on, it's already time. I just asked for 5 minutes. A lot of us are missing on growing. A lot of us are missing on glowing. A lot of us are missing on living life in abundance and in joy. Because opportunities keep on flashing and we never see. So without the G, the guidance, you're blind. So even if money is presented to you, you will not see. You will not be able to basically handle whatever is on your plate. Alright? Now, when we talk about opportunities, what I want to say is that your connection dictates your attitude alongside your attitude. Alright? What do you see? What are you doing about it? What do you need and what is standing on your way? Opportunities will knock at your door, but what do you see? Do you see an opportunity? Do you see money? Do you see growth? What you see will determine what you're going to do about it. Okay? And when you know what you need to do about it, you'll be able to clarify what you need and probably be able to demystify what is blocking your path. Let me break this down. Opportunity has come, attender. You're a beautician, you sell stuff. Someone is saying, I need some stuff shipped maybe to a different country. Okay? Now, you already know, but you don't see that you can do it. The first thing is like, I've never done something like this. Hey, me, that is not me. You're not seeing that God can literally do one thing and transform your life. Like this one opportunity can make you a billionaire. Read about the founder of Facebook. Right now he's handling money, like, my God. Like this guy is literally swimming in money. Whoever thought that social media could connect people? You see, when you clear your mind and you're able to have vision, you're able to see over and beyond your obstacle. You're able to tell God, I will do it. If you're my God, if you're the one who made David bring down Goliath, I will bring down the giant of poverty with one stone. So what are these opportunities that you have and you don't really click? Sometimes you're meeting great people like Pastor Wahu here, and you're thinking, guy, she loves makeup. You're not thinking that this woman can literally mentor you. You're not seeing things clearly. And that is why I say you must learn to see. And see from God's eyes. Okay? I'll not be able to really explain so well because time has gone. But the last one is the wow factor. Okay? So we've talked about guidance. We've talked about light. We've talked about opportunities. And the last one is the wow factor. Okay? There's something in you that drops the mic. I was seeing TikTok reels the other day, when prophets are prophesying. I see Wahoo on top of your head. Then you're like, yes, man of God. I see you have a son. Oh, yes. And then after all these things, he just drops the mic. Because he has wowed you. Right? There's something that makes people remember you. That one you think. It could be how you do your hair. It could be how you talk. It could be how you laugh. It could, there's that one thing. That is, what will people say about you when you die? If we could just forward the hand of time and just think that you're being married and people are giving speeches to honor you. What is that one thing that people will say about you? Because that thing that is going to be said about you must start today. You must start living it today. You have no time. God has been waiting for you to know yourself, to align yourself. And guess what? On your side is the Holy Spirit. On this side is the blood of Jesus. And he has given you the word to guide you as light. What are you waiting for? Your greatness is here. It's time to be great. Listen. Most great people come from very sorry states. They failed and failed until they saw the light. They failed until they acquired muscle. So what is this that you're waiting for? And God has given. Your wow factor will attract billions. MC Wi-Fi is here. Anywhere we see MC Wi-Fi, we know. We will dance until we drop. We will sweat. Like basically, I carry Rolo when I know MC Wi-Fi is there. Because I will dance, makeup will trickle, but who cares? We will dance. Now that's his way of wowing. As I conclude, this is one thing that I want to just, maybe put out as a point. Maybe you need to think about it. You cannot glow if you're dead. This skin stiffens when you're dead, so there can never be a glow. If you're dead psychologically, you can never be guided. If you are incapacitated physically, you'll be stuck because you'll not be able to reach to many spaces. And the worst of all, spiritually, you have no source. I just want to challenge each one of you to go back to your source. Your source is the giver of this light that we see. Your source created many elements, and one of them using water. Water that we use to wash our faces so that we can glow. Your source made all these plants here. I see people using cucumbers, aloe vera, people are even eating snails just to get that glow. Serum is the new thing. Can you imagine all these things are part of the creation of source? So let's not get it twisted, ladies. Your glow can only start from your source, and that is God. I wish all of you well. May you glow, may you grow, because those two things go hand in hand. God bless you.
It would have been me reaching my highest. I would have been like, God, thank you for success. Okay? So in June when I come, I say I'm planning for a conference. But at the time, I'm like, if about 5 women come for my prayer meeting, 6. Well, so conference means they might not be. So I say, what are my advantages? I want to tell you where this has gotten. I was like, one of my advantages is that I belong to an organization that is a church. I am a part of a staff team, okay? So in that moment, I was like, I will talk to all the young adults pastors, and then I will tell them, all their young women to gather, we are meeting for conference, okay? And I went ahead and I told them, because my passion is girls, I will do the whole work. All you need to do is tell your girls to come, And they were like, okay. And so we started the glow. I am telling you this because that was my expectation, that it was going to be fewer young adult girls. And I've had people ask me, why did you dub it young adults? It's because at the time, that's what I had in mind, okay? I had not seen as far as God was seeing. In July, tell your neighbor July. A week to the time that I usually do my, see the 1st July is when we do the prayer, isn't it? So I am not feeling it. That's why I want to tell you, when you're in purpose, you don't exactly have to be feeling it. I am being honest. In our church at Activation, we say we are hot. Hot meaning what, Activation people?
Humble, open, transparent.
Humble, open, and transparent, because that's who their pastor is. Humble, open, and transparent. She keeps sharing all her struggles with them. They know it. Now, at that point, I'm like, God, I am not feeling this thing. I am tired. I would better even be hanging out that Saturday with my girls, like the little ones, like the ones, the ones who even appreciate me. But I remember who made a commitment. And so it is a Sunday. The faith was celebrated. One of our lead pastors was transitioning. So I had gone there to show my support, and you're a mentee, you have to show up for things. So I got there, you know, I had to know that I'm committed to this relationship. We are making it work. So I left there, and then there was another friend of mine on the afternoon, on the other side of town, called Pastor Nogari, was launching her building, and I'm committed to sisterhood. So I left Lavington, and in the afternoon I went, and I remember sitting there, watching the amazing things God had done for her. And in that moment I said, God, if you're doing things for your other daughters, you can do things for me too. So even though that week I wasn't feeling it, that very Sunday I went home, as she knows, and I am guilty of, I'm learning, but I sleep very late. So around 1 a.m., before I sleep, I'm like, okay, let me put, because I've not even told people that this Saturday is when we're having a meeting, let me just put out that link, okay? Whoever will join, will join. See, mine is commitment. And then, 3 weeks tracking, sometimes on social media, me and have fun. So you know TikTok is for fun things. You won't agree with me. So sometimes I go there to do just, not pastor things, so to just be a girl, okay? And I'll see, people might get confused. This pastor, this guy. So I created a TikTok account. I was like, this one is for serious manenos, and then this one is for mine, okay? Now the serious maneno ones did not have many followers, because it's just new, okay? So that day, I was like, these things, they said this other account is the one that I don't put. I put serious things for prayer and God and all these things. So I went into that account, and I am a graphic designer. I designed my own poster a lot of times. That day I didn't even design because I wasn't feeling it. So I just looked for a Google photo, you know, of a girl, and I said black girl praying. Because, you know, I wanted to do presentation. I was like, black, I found one, I was like, this one looks nice. And then I put my number on it. I was like, every first Saturday of the month, we meet for prayers, and I know there are girls who pray. If you're interested, get in touch. It's 1 a.m. To be honest, I knew. Usually when I put them up, I get like 5, 4 or now. So this time I was just like, you know, it's being faithful, put it out there. And then, tell your neighbor, and then, the girl slept. And when she sleeps on a Sunday night, she sleeps really well. Monday is my Sabbath, so I sleep. So I wake up at around 10, you know, hazy 10:30. I am looking at my phone, I'm like, hey? And then I'm like, what's going on? Because there were, all you guys overwhelmed me. I opened my phone is not opening. I didn't even know if you received 1,000 messages at the same time your phone won't open. I'm giving you for one. It won't open. So I'm trying to open, I'm like, I even, you know, switch it on for them. I've not fully understood what's going on. So I put it off. I put it on so that I, you know, reboot or something. And then it still doesn't. But I noticed at the top, you know that WhatsApp thing? It's like the messages. So because it was on Wi-Fi, in my house, I put off the Wi-Fi so that the messages stop coming in and I'm able to identify what's exactly going on. And then I met some of you. Most of you, by 10, there were about 400 to 500 SMSs on my personal line on WhatsApp. I was overwhelmed. And of course, in that moment, I was like, and they're saying, we are following from your advert for girls who pray. Here I am. If you're here, you know we followed for girls who pray. Can I hear you screaming right now? I knew you were here. And you start at that moment, and literally, for the next 4 to 5 days, my phone does not stop. I gave a link for the first WhatsApp group. It got to 1,024. Now I know our WhatsApp group has 1,024 because it got filled. I was like, okay, how many are there? I was like, okay. And then some of you are really impatient. You're in my inbox saying, when you're not adding me, I'm like, oh my goodness, what? Did I get myself? I opened the second WhatsApp group. Others are like, so I was wondering, what if this thing is about what? Because you're not adding up. I mean, you gave me character development. Second WhatsApp group hit, I opened another one. I get to 4, I'm like, no, I must find a strategy. No, it's not gonna work like this. So I'm like, I Googled, what is the best platform to host as many women as possible? That's how come I found out about. Oh, the audit, you know. I bought 200 cake and I was like, I wish I knew this from the group. I would have given them all. Because on WhatsApp, you all were giving me grief. I even turned it off. And I said that means only because the faces people are sending many messages and then they want you to respond. And then they're not even patient. They're like, me from Burundi. Anyway, so we switched to Telegram. I am telling you this story to tell you. In a week, we had a total of almost 6,000 women. From a group, I should actually tell you on that very day, okay? So I'm praying and I'm asking God, okay, these are the women, what do I do? And I felt it in the spirit that God was saying, you called me to pray. Why are you waiting for Saturday? Start praying today, okay? So I sent out a link and I said, prayer for today, which again was another headache, because when I sent out a link, I didn't know that Gmail cannot host more than 500 women. the free version. So I sent out to me, and then so many women have joined, and others are seriously upset with me. Like, I'm trying to join. What is wrong? Mommy, what you are not calling, you're selecting who you are meeting. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Jesus, all I wanted was women to gather and for us to gather and pray. I didn't know it meant a lot of admin work at the back. But I also want to thank God and celebrate some people who, one of them is very special to me. We met a couple of years back online, okay? And we met on this God Girl platform. I started this in 2020. But even when I have been silent, even when I have been doing nothing, like how she remains there, when everybody else does not talk, how she would talk. And then if I post anything on my social media, even when it is not really spiritual stuff, she's always like, yes, General. Like, I don't even know what else. She celebrates me with all my heart. And she comes from Nakuru. So when she saw all this crazy happening, she reached out and she said, how can I help? What can I do? And I was like, you guys, I trust you. Now, you're going to admit all these people. And then I had a sweet lady that I didn't even know. She sent me on WhatsApp and she said, yeah, I do communications as a professional. I can be able to help you administrate this. And I was like, I don't know you, but God has brought you, so let's do this. And she became another admin. And then they started arranging me all. I sat back and I was like, look at God do his work. Like they told me, worry not. First can we celebrate Doris because she's here. This church, she's like, you know Doris. She's a Kenyan chapter leader. Here she is. And we can confidently say that so far, we have about 50 locations. 10 of them are all over the world. That's how come we're streaming, like, because we have the Americans we have people from Canada, we have people from UK, we have the Nigerians, we have the Zimbabweans, we have Namibia, we have Zambia. Guys, are you hearing me? I know they're watching. We have Cameroon. We have countries I had never heard of before, you know? They were just streaming in and saying we're this, and we have given them their own community. Like we've created WhatsApp group for all these communities. And you guys have been so gracious because you volunteered to lead these communities. I am telling you that to glow is just like this in obedience. You don't glow because you're feeling like you have everything it takes. You just step out in obedience and then remain faithful and commit. Senor, and then opportunities begin to meet you along the way. Now, when that happened, I started to think, oh my God, I had already planned for Glow Conference, okay? And so they're asking me, okay, it is written young adults, what do you mean? So we won't attend us? And I'm like, I can't change the flyer, but you're welcome to attend. You know what I'm saying? The plan was this, and now, when I look in the room, clearly, I can tell you, 70% are not the young adults I hoped would come. 70% are? Are you there? A lot of them are those ones who I met on that specific link. And since then, we have prayed with each other every night, Monday to Thursday. And I was seated there right now and I received a long message of a girl just letting me know that on Thursday we were praying for her. She had not had a job for such a long time. And she went on that very morning for an interview and she has gotten the job of her dream after not having a job for so long. And for me, I just celebrate how God can be able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above what you can think, ask or imagine. I mean, I had asked for 50. Right now, he has given me 6,000 going to 1 million. Amen? I told you, we are moving to KSC. I mean it. Walk with me. This army is growing. Can we eat lunch? Let me pray for you. We eat lunch so we have energy for next session, isn't it? Lord, we thank you for the amazing time we've had. What a privilege and honor it is to be your children, to be your daughters, to know that we have you as our Father, to love us, to care for us, to protect us, to provide for us. Lord, it's an honor. And today we thank you for your daughters who've spoken to us so powerfully. You've used them to be able to deliver your word to us. And we pray that we will not just be hearers, but Lord God, we will do that our lives are getting transformed. Lord God, thank you for the meals that you've provided for each one of us as we eat and as we have fellowship with one another. I pray that out of these conversations, real sisterhoods will be born, that lifelong relationships will be born out of this space. For this I pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and the sisterhood say, the sisterhood say, go ye therefore and attack the food.
Yeah.